everyone, how are you doing? Today I thought I would do a little sweet spot class because I have just recently got into rowing, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm going out on a boat with some lovely women and men actually, out on the river where I live in Dundee. And it's a fabulous exercise, great for the core, great for strength building in the lower back. But certainly I've found that what I think I'm desperately needing after it is a good workout, or warm down I should say, for the lower back, because it is quite strenuous on the back. So I thought today this class I would put on for, because I know there's a few people online here that do rowing, and there's also lots of you who do cycling. So this class would also be good for those who do that kind of thing as well, or if you're into spin classes or anything like that. General good warm down from a strenuous gym session, this would be good for as well. So I'm bringing in my bolster a little bit today as well. So if you don't have something like this, you can either roll up some towels or blankets or something to make something resembling this kind of thing. But even just a rolled up pillow or something like that would do the job as well. And most of the class is not going to be using a bolster, so if you don't have something like this, then please don't worry. Okay, so without further ado, since it's a sweet spot, we'll get shifting along and start moving. So first of all, I would be saying to come into our nice Sukhasana position. Breath again. As to be said, anything like cycling or rowing is quite a meditative practice in itself, because you're working in a rhythmic way. So entering into the breath is a good way to start, but you should hopefully already feel quite chilled out anyway as a result of not only the fresh air, but also just that meditative movement of working with the body and the breath. Into where you feel you have the aches and pains. So obviously shoulders and arms will work with the back as well, particularly. And sitting in the Sukhasana position, you're opening up the hips, which otherwise both on a bike and in a boat rowing are very much that way. Okay, so it's good to open the hips even with a cross-legged position after you finish. Inhaling, opening up the arms up. Let's clasp at the top of our heads. Nice deep breath in, and we're going to exhale, we're going to bring them forward. So we're reaching out, opening up the shoulder blades here. Keep the arms active, breathing. Arms down, keeping them nice and straight down towards the floor. I'm going to do an inhale back up again, clasp the hands at the top, and then we're going to bring ourselves up out the pelvis, and then as we exhale, we're going to take those arms over to the right. Soften the shoulders and keep it nice and strong in the core. Just keep breathing through. Bring yourself up to neutral. Exhale again over to the other side. Keep the arms nice and strong, the shoulders soft. Breathing in. And over to the right. To centre and over to the left. Centre. Exhale, come down into your warm-up twist and really lift up the chest and round. And again, that kind of just opens up that whole thoracic area. The way that you've just been doing. Breathing 2. Center, inhale, arms up, exhale. Again, same thing. Coming back to centre. Okay, I want you to swap the feet over so you're bringing balance in the other side. Now, we're going to just take the left arm and we're going to hold with the right arm all the way over. So we're just loosening off that deltoid muscle. Just bring it over to the side. 2, and 5. Release. Other side. Bring it over as far as you can. 2, and 5, and down. Now take this left hand up and take it down your back. Take the right hand and take it up onto the elbow and just try and gently push that elbow back behind you. And 5, and release, and then just roll that shoulder a few times round, just to loosen it off. Okay, right arm up and down. Again, take the left hand up, take the elbow slightly behind you, so you're trying to get the elbow back behind your head. Again, keep the shoulders soft, but just feel that nice stretch. 2, release, and again, roll that shoulder a few times. Hand behind, grab that right hand here, and again bring it all the way around, and just take your head over to the right. I want you to breathe nice and deeply here, just allow that left shoulder and the whole deltoid area just to relax through. And 5, and then I want you to take the chin down towards the chest gently. Up again, and release. Hands around the other side now. So again, you're opening up this other shoulder now. Deep breath in, and exhale the head to the other side. Just releasing it nice and gently. Bring the chin down. 2, and 5, and release. Nice deep breath in. Okay, just roll the shoulders. And come forward. Okay, now we're going to just allow the body to just raise, just come down towards the floor. Okay, now you might find that's a bit funny on your legs because you'll be sitting cross-legged to the opposite way that then feels normal for you. Got a clock in here which has a tick, so if you're hearing that, apologies if that's putting you off, but actually the rhythmic tick of talk of a clock can sometimes be something you can focus in on mentally as well. Coming back up. Well done. Right, take the legs out in front, okay? Let's just point and flex the toes, because again, this is another thing. Once you're sitting in your position, feet are quite often in the same position. So we're going to just circle, just warm down the ankles the opposite direction. Bring your feet to the width of the mat now. Now we're going to take like an action of the rowing but we're going to bring a circle into this so that we can loosen off all that lower back. So we're going to clasp our hands together, we're going to come back, so we're holding that core now, we're going to come back as if we're rowing backwards, okay, again, and then we're going to come round towards the left foot, all the way down, and then towards the right foot, and come back into a huge big circle. So, like we've got a big millstone here. I want you to just slowly come round. And what you'll find is that lower back gets a nice loosening off, okay? And come back as far as you can, but you're just circling around that lower back. Okay, let's do another one this side and then we'll reverse. And the motion. Coming back. Okay, well done. Excellent. Alright, now I want you to now bring your feet in, so the soles are facing each other and your heels are about 1.5 feet or so away from your body. Nice deep breath in, and we're just going to come forward and just slowly allow that lower back to release and the hips to open. Whether you're rowing or you're cycling, your lower back will be in this position forward, but not with the hips out to the side. So again, this kind of allows for a lengthening and a straightening through the back, but not in that same rigidity where you have been on a bike or a rowing boat, the same position. This allows for expansion in the lower back outward. So pose. Coming back up again, all right? Now, we're going to come over onto all fours, and we're just going to kind of give a few counter poses, cats and cows. Cats and cows are always excellent for any of those kind of warm downs if you're using quite a lot of the core and lower back in your exercise. So we'll just do a few cats and cows, no explanation really needed here. But you really want to emphasise on the inhale, bring the tummy towards the floor, and then the exhale rolling through. And this is a great one to do anyway before you go rowing, because you're opening up your back, getting it warmed up, getting used to warming up the core. So just inhaling and then exhaling round and forth, pushing down with the hands. Inhale. Back to centre. Now we're going to make some nice movements with the hips. We're going to come down and we're going to roll all the way around. Come forward, so you're in your half plank, and then come round again. And again, this is great because it's a nice counter pose for your wrists as well, as you bring a little bit of pressure on the front. So you're bringing your weight slightly forward off the hands, so you're slightly over the wrist. You'll feel that as you do that. Okay, so if you're coming forward and you're allowing your back to straighten and your legs to straighten, or your thighs straighten, you'll feel what I mean with your wrists. Okay, right, let's swing around the other way now. So again, you're opening up the whole core and back area with a nice circle movement, but you're also opening the wrists as well. So come round. Just warming up that lower back as well for counter pose with some back bending in the way, in the road there. So coming round. Good, and then coming up into a nice stationary position. Bring your knees the width of the mat and come down deeply into a nice hip opener. Head down, reach your hands out. Breathing down. Down into there. Now bringing the chest down as far as you can towards the floor. We'll open up the shoulders. Deeply. Coming up, bring the knees together, and then we're going to slowly come down into a Sphinx position. Okay, now just take it easy because it's early doors. So you might want to just swing the hips gently from side to side, just loosening off. If you've been particularly hard going in the exercise, you might find this quite a challenge. So listen to your body, please. Don't do anything that's too, you know, if your back isn't really ready for this, just take it really, really easy. It might just be that you do some more cats and cows, or just be gentle with your body, with your back particularly. Okay, so from here we're going to just come into Sphinx, we're going to lift up, take some nice deep breaths. Back to relax. If you're really struggling, you can engage the glutes a little bit or roll the legs in slightly towards one another. You might find that that actually helps your lower back. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to take our gaze round towards our right heel. Again, try and breathe deeply and relax the lower back. Coming back up again with an inhale and you exhale. Gaze over towards the left heel. 1, 2, back to centre. Stay here if your lower back is particularly feeling it. Otherwise, hands under the shoulders, come a little bit deeper into Cobra. And again, just taking it easy. Depends. If you want to come all the way up into Upward Dog or just stay in Cobra. 1, down. Use your toes and your knees to come back into extended child's pose. Do it slowly. Head down again towards the floor. Breathing through 2. Coming up, take the right foot forward, okay, and come into a nice low lunge. We're going to bring a twist in here just to loosen off that lower back as well. So we're going to take the left hand over and make yourself into a nice prayer position there with the hands. Bring the hands down towards the back foot, sink deeply into this side twist. Again, you might find that a nice relief on the lower back. So just breathing through, you might find it quite stiff, but just take it easy. As you're here, stick with the low lunge, take the hands behind, roll the shoulders back, and then come forward and bring the arms up as high as you can. Roll the shoulders back and forth in your low lunge. Because remember, we're kind of warming down here, we're not doing anything too strenuous. 2, release the hands, and then take the right foot back, take the width to the mat, and come back into a nice low lunge again. Extended child's pose, what was I saying? Take deep breaths. Up again, other side, left foot forward, coming to a nice low lunge, take that right elbow over, and again, Hands down, feeling that nice twist in the back. Breathing through. Releasing, coming back up, keep that low lunge, hands behind, shoulders down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Keep the arms engaged and a nice low lunge. Keep the steady strength through the core. 2, 3, and release. Bring yourself back into a tabletop position. And we'll finish off there with 3 cats and cows. So we're inhaling, exhaling. And inhaling. Toes under, come back into a downward dog. And then we're just going to stretch out the hamstrings now. This is the wrong jumper to wear. So we're stretching the hamstrings out because again, certainly if you're rowing and you're cycling, you're using the hamstrings quite strongly but not necessarily stretching them out at the end. So a good downward dog is always good for any form of exercise you're doing, and any form of warm down. And you can puppy dog if you wish and just concentrate on one at a time. Come forward a little bit onto the toes, that's really giving a nice deep calf stretch. If you come forward onto one foot, you know, and work with that deeply. Again, you'll know how you feel. Just take it easy. And remember, if you're chilled as well after being out on the river or whatever, be very careful with your practice if you're feeling chilled. Okay, you really want to get warmed up, even with a few planks or things like that to begin with, to warm up your body again before you start doing some deep stretching. So coming back into downward dog, pressing nice and gently. Okay, we're going to come up onto tiptoes and we're going to just jump to halfway through the mat. We're going to come up into chair pose now. So again, this is another nice calf stretch. Bringing the arms up. 2. Back up to centre. Okay, right. Let's just do a little eagle pose, Garudasana, because this is actually also good for your arms and your legs. So we're going to take our weight on that left foot. We're going to bring the right foot over and behind the calf. Right arm under the left, cross at the elbow, take the hands together and then lift up the elbows. Ooh. Let's concentrate. Hold steady. 1, 5, and unwrap. Wonderful. Other side. This time the left hand comes under the right and round and up. I'm going to concentrate on something. 1, 2, wonderful. Unravel. Take your feet to a star position. Hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders down. Engage the core and your knees. Come forward. Bring your arms up and over. Now you're pushing your energy out the back of the thighs. coming up. Release the hands nicely. Oh, fabulous. Okay, just walk the feet together. Keep your feet about hip width, just slightly hip width apart, a little bit further than hip width, and come down into Malasana. And this is a really nice way to finish with a nice warm up with a hip opener, particularly since both of those things keep your hips in a very straightforward position. So it's nice to have a nice counter pose with a hip opener, just to keep the joint healthy. Just breathe another 2, 3. And take another seated position here. Oh, okay. Let's take a wee forward fold here while we're here. And then we're going to grab our bolster. Got something like this. This is lovely. I'm going to come round and I'm going to show you, if you stick your bolster in the back towards your lower back there, okay, and very gently slow yourself very, very gently back onto the bolster. Okay, now hopefully you should be okay with this. You might need a pillow under your head or a block or something under your head if you feel that's a little bit too much for your throat, but really, hopefully, it should be okay. And again, you can have your arms over your head if you want to open up the whole shoulder area, or you can just have them by your side. Again, it kind of opens up the chest area, so your pectoral muscles are nicely lengthened from this kind of position, okay, on your rowing or your bike. So this is quite nice, just to open up the shoulders and the pectoral muscles. And then just breathe. And again, do this for as long as you feel comfortable. But just remember, when you come out of this, you must do it slowly and preferably pushing up with your hands. So I'm going to show you to do that properly. We just lift up through your hands so you're coming in a straight line and forward. Okay? So, a bit difficult for you to see while you're trying to pay attention to what I'm doing, but just be aware that you need to try and keep your neck and your spine in alignment here. 2. Checking movements here. Everything has to be done slowly and mindfully. Take a few more deep breaths here. We're going to lift the head up first, okay? And then we're going to put our hands flat on the ground beside us. Okay, now we're going to engage the core here, and we're going to push with the hands and the core. Lift your body up in a straight line and slowly exhale, forward fold as a counter pose to the back bend. And just relax here for a few breaths. Back up. Now you can do one more if you wish, and that's another good one to do, is to bring your bolster or your whatever you've got there in line, coming back, so that when you come down, that is perpendicular, well no, it's not perpendicular, back to in alignment with the body, but where your bra strap roughly would be. Okay, you want to lie down at that position. Okay. And again, some people might feel they need something underneath their head. Some people just don't like that position with the throat being fully open here. But if you, it's a wonderful back stretch, upper back stretch. But just again, if you need something under your head, then feel comfortable. It's more about opening the back than it is about opening up the throat. But all of these good things. It's also a nice counter neck position, because if you're rowing or you're doing biking, your head is very much in a fixed position. So this is actually quite a nice counter pose to that fixed position as well. So again, just slowly breathe through. As much as you can. With this one, the same rule applies. You take it very slowly, with your head first gently, and then you're using your hands to push up and your core. So you're just releasing through. Let's take another 3 deep breaths here. First of all, lifting our head up, and then we're using our hands to push ourselves up in a straight line, and then we're coming forward again as that counter pose. You can take your head down towards your knees, just let it relax. Slowly coming back up. Wonderful. And that's a reasonable warm down. There's lots more that you can do, obviously, and this can apply to any exercise you're doing. If that's a nice sort of general warm down to making sure that everything is moving, and so we've had twists in there, we've had all sorts of things going on, so hopefully this will make you feel a bit better, iron out all the strong bits, and just help you hopefully open up the areas that feel tight again. Okay, well done. So we will just finish class in the usual fashion, hands in front of the heart chakra. Remember, Shavasana after this is always good, especially if you've done some heavy exercise and then lengthening. It's actually very good just to relax your body fully in Shavasana, even if it's just for a few more minutes. It just allows for your body to relax and really heal itself. Okay, so here we go. Take a nice deep breath in. Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you. Well done, everybody. See you next time.